Hello, my name is Bradley Bennett, and this is my final transformative learning project for Motivation in the Workplace course at the University of Central Oklahoma. Over the past several weeks, I've had the opportunity to really reflect on what drives motivation and engagement, not just in theory, but in my own workplace as a service delivery manager at DXC Technology. This course pushed me to think differently about leadership, motivation, and what it truly means to treat people with respect. It's helped me see that leadership isn't about control, it's about connection. The respect model has completely reframed how I approach leading teams and developing others. The respect model includes 8 powerful dimensions: rewards, recognition, engagement, support, partnering, expectations, consideration, and trust. At first glance, it might look like a list of leadership buzzwords, but when you dig in, each of these elements connects directly to employee motivation and long-term success. What stood out most to me is that these principles aren't about quick fixes or incentives. They're about creating a sustainable culture where people want to perform at their best because they feel valued and respected. In many organizations, motivation tends to focus on rewards or pay increases. But respect shows that those are only one piece of a much bigger picture. One of my biggest takeaways from this course is that motivation is created with people, not done to them. Early in my career, I thought motivation came mainly from financial incentives, bonuses, promotions, and performance reviews. But now I realize that lasting motivation comes from a sense of belonging, purpose, and trust. Employees don't just want a paycheck. They want to know their work matters. When they feel their opinions are valued and their efforts are recognized, that's when engagement skyrockets. I also learned that trust is the foundation of motivation. When people feel trusted to do their jobs, they're far more likely to take ownership and push themselves to achieve great results. Micromanagement, on the other hand, destroys that trust and reduces initiative. That understanding has really shaped how I lead my teams every day. I'm more intentional about trust, communication, and recognition. I've already begun applying respect-based practices in my leadership role at DXC Technology. Under recognition, I started a peer spotlight program during our monthly meetings. Team members nominate colleagues who went above and beyond, and I make sure that recognition is shared publicly. It's been incredible to see how that simple acknowledgement boosts morale. For trust and support, I'm focusing on open feedback loops. I encourage my teams to share their thoughts during retrospectives or check-ins, and I make a point to act on what they share. It's not just about listening, it's about following through. Under consideration, I've supported flexible schedules for team members working across global time zones. That's a small but powerful way to show that their time and well-being matter. Through these actions, I've noticed an increase in transparency, collaboration, and engagement across the teams that I manage. This course has truly changed the way I view leadership. I've developed a deeper sense of empathy and self-awareness, 2 traits that I believe are essential for effective leaders. I've also become more intentional with communication and feedback, ensuring that people feel heard and supported. Before this class, I saw leadership primarily as managing tasks and people. Now I view it as servant leadership, empowering others to reach their full potential by removing obstacles, providing guidance, and trusting their judgment. I've realized that respect isn't something we automatically deserve as leaders. It's something we earn through consistent behavior, fairness, and authenticity. Of course, there have been challenges. Leading diverse teams in a hybrid environment isn't always easy. Balancing accountability with empathy takes constant effort. There were times I had to remind myself that giving people autonomy doesn't mean letting go of expectations. It means setting them clearly and trusting people to deliver. This course reinforced that clarity builds trust. When expectations are communicated openly and consistently, people perform with confidence. Another big insight for me was learning that engagement doesn't come from grand gestures. It's built through everyday actions, checking in, recognizing effort, and showing genuine consideration. Even small things like asking how someone's day is going or acknowledging their contributions have had a huge impact on morale. The course readings and videos tied everything together perfectly. Marciano's respect model was the backbone for understanding employee engagement, but I also connected strongly with Dan Pink's puzzle of motivation, which emphasizes autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Together, they reinforce that people are their best when they feel trusted to make decisions, supported to grow, and connected to meaningful goals. For me, that connection between respect and intrinsic motivation helped me see leadership as more human-centered. It's not just about output, it's about cultivating a sense of purpose and belonging in others. That mindset shift has made me a more patient, intentional, and empathetic leader. Ultimately, the respect model showed me that motivation and leadership are deeply connected. When people feel respected, they become motivated not because they have to, but because they want to. Looking forward, I plan to carry these lessons with me into every leadership role I take on. I'll continue leading with respect by prioritizing trust, communication, and authenticity. I plan to mentor others by encouraging collaboration over competition and modeling the same empathy and accountability I expect from them. In the next year, my goal is to integrate respect-based practices into team development plans and use them as a framework for performance discussions. Instead of focusing just on metrics, I'll focus on relationships. I also want to ensure that new employees feel valued from day one. Building a culture where they know their voices matter and their contributions have purpose. Leading with respect isn't a one-time effort. It's a daily commitment to creating a space where people thrive. To wrap up, this course has reminded me that leadership is not about authority. It's about service and trust. When leaders model respect, engagement, and transparency, they inspire people to go above and beyond. The respect model isn't just a leadership framework. It's a roadmap for creating meaningful, lasting motivation in the workplace. I'm grateful for how much I've learned and how these lessons are already shaping my leadership journey. This experience has truly strengthened my leadership philosophy, and I look forward to continue to lead with respect in everything that I do. Thank you for watching my reflection and for being a part of this learning experience.